Well, it's raining, and we're going to try this again, the ocean tiger shark. And I've trimmed it up a little bit. I don't know if you can see it or not, but I've changed the positioning a little bit. It's on the first one instead of the middle one. And we've got the battery in. Let's give it a shot. Okay, so because of the audio here, I'm going to do a little bit of a voiceover. And I thought my physics was right, but you'll see in here it wasn't. Originally, as you can see in the photo there, the rudder positioning was put in the middle. So the servo arm was placed in the middle hole. And in this video here, I placed it in the bottom left hole. And I thought that would make left turns sharper. But as you can see in the video, the left turns are really broad and really wide still. So I guess I was wrong. So we're going to bring the boat in here now, and we're going to change it up again and see what happens. Okay, it was just a short little run, but we're going to change the rudder a little bit more and try it again. Okay, we changed the rudder. We put it on the very end one. If you can see that or not, we put it on the very end one. And we give it a shot. So here we go again. This time, as you saw, I put the rudder on the very end. So of that picture I showed you before, it'd be the bottom right, the farthest extension of the rudder holes. And as you can see, I've got left rudder, and right rudder is still pretty sharp too. So that makes it usable. And it does have two speeds, a slow and a fast, and there is a noticeable difference, but it's not super fast. It's not slow, but it's not super fast. So this is the one I got from Banggood, and I showed you in my original video that I put it in the bathtub, and you can see how little the servo moved one way. And I've had other people comment as well that the same issue they've had, and some of them have actually changed the servo. And Banggood's response to me originally was they'd give me the money to buy a new servo. And I went, well, yeah, I guess. And then I thought about, well, then they were offering me $10 or something. And I was figuring, well, maybe I'll take this boat apart and I'll put one of those air pump jet engine things in. They're $20. But then that would involve basically destroying this boat underneath and if it would work or not. And I decided against that. And we went back and forth a few times, and they offered me $10, then they offered me $20, and I said, well, because I didn't do all this experimenting, it was frustrating, and I bought the boat and I wasn't happy with it originally, and this, that, and the other, and so back and forth a few times, and we settled on $40. So they credited me the $40, not in an in-store credit, an actual refund of $40 very quickly within a couple of days. So I was quite happy. Hey, great. So basically this boat cost me $25, give or take. A bit of frustrating bits and pieces here and there, but $25. So that's about what I said originally that this boat was probably worth. About $25 to $35. A great little toy, not very fast, a lot of fun. You get at least 10 or 15 minutes, 20 minutes worth of runtime on it. So that's pretty good. So I ran this until the battery beeped, and that's one good thing about it. It does have a battery beep. So when it does run low, it lets you know, and it gives you about a minute, minute and a half to get back to shore. And it's got about the same range as the Wally WL Toys 912 does. About 100 meters, 100 meters, about 100 meters. So this pond here, this edge of the lake here, is only about 65, 70 meters wide, so I'm good to go at the other end of it, so I've got no problems. So overall, it was a pretty good experience. Banggood was right there with me. I send them an email. The next day I get a response, back and forth. So within a week we got things straightened out. So that was pretty good. Now this video was taken obviously a month or so ago from when I'm posting it because I actually forgot about it. I've been working on some action cameras reviews and being overly frustrated with some of the makers of those. But I'd forgotten about this until a commenter made comment that he had the same issues that I'd had. So I decided that, well, I'll put this together and we'll put this up. And yeah, tinkering with the rudder and the holes makes a huge difference. Huge difference. Now I did in this very same spot. A couple of days later, I went back and I put my little action camera on it, my SQ12, which is a cube camera. And I have a waterproof case for it that attaches to a GoPro mount. Well, what I did was I shaved the GoPro mount off, and I'll put a picture up here if you can see, and I might insert the one little funny part too at the end. I shaved off the bottom of the GoPro mount for the waterproof case, and I just stuck a piece of Velcro on it and stuck that to the boat. And wait to the end and you'll see what happened. I hit a little branch in the water and it submerged, went upside down, and the camera kept on going. So that was okay. It was filmed in 1080p, but for the SQ12, it's not the greatest 1080p, but it's okay. It tells you where you're going, and it was just an experiment, so it was a lot of fun. So here we are, going around, and we're having a really long run time. It's back and forth, and the left and the right turns aren't too bad. They're not too bad at all. The right's obviously the sharpest, and another commenter did mention that with RC boats, predominantly right turns are sharper, left turns are not. And that's just because of the propulsion system and the way propellers spin, and the force of the water attacks the rudder in different ways. So here we are.
So what did we learn? Well, we learned that the trim doesn't hold. It doesn't hold the trim very well, but it's manageable. But where I place that rudder, it's a lot better. And we're just going to check the water now. I don't think there'll be any, but we can have a look. 1, 2, 3. Take that off. And we're checking for water, and not a drop. Not a drop anywhere. Okay? So, compared to the first run, a lot better. It's a lot smaller, but not bad. Is it worth the money? I don't think so. And I'm going to check some wiring in here, and I might have to do some resplicing because it looks like something's bent. But not too bad. But overall, not bad. Not bad. Just fine-tune that a little bit. Works a lot better. These might have to be adjusted, but it runs very well compared to what it did last time. So that's on a 600 milliamp battery. I think it's lithium ion. So yeah, not too bad. Not great. Definitely not worth the $65 I paid for it, but it's probably a $25 boat, maybe, compared to the W Toys one. W Toys one was really good, is really good, okay, for the money that I paid for it. So, yeah, different, not bad. Okay, till next time, let's get another boat in the road, or in the water, one or the other.